Aren't these the old Full-Rot ruins?
Strife wanted something with enough room to build up to camp. This fits the bill.
If Elgar'nan and Gillenane can control people...
Veil jumpers are in trouble. They could use our help if we can find them. This map is a good start.
Don't get lost.
An underwater prison? That's still pretty amazing.
Amazing? I suppose it is. Do you think the elves made it? It didn't seem de winter.
I think so. I wonder what it was built for. Originally, I mean.
Whatever it was meant for, it's a pit of misery.
Hitting us from range!
What were we talking about? Whatever it was meant for, it's a pit of misery now.
Right. Oh, is it time again? Okay, we all know why we're here, right?
Make sure that the artifacts we calmed stay calmed. We know.
This should be easy. Yanarl, you and Strife take the first set. Irlin and Hamuel take the second. Rook and I will handle the rest.
I'm still a little confused about what I'm supposed to be doing.
Oh, of course you are. Sorry, sometimes I forget not everyone spends all their time studying ancient elven artifacts. We're going to check the crystal alignment, fade connection, and the Lyran reserves.
Has alignment ever been a problem? Even once?
It's not worth the risk. Even if it's only off by a little bit, we know what happens.
Happened once, and we can't even be sure the crystal alignment was why. Look, I know what you're saying, but maybe if we...
We check it every single time.
I'm sorry. You're right, Sorry.
Forget it.
Are you okay, Bellara?
I'm fine.
It's my fault, really. I'm sorry, Bellara.
Let's go. We want to get back quickly. Of course. See you soon.
So what was that all about?
What was what all about?
That tension. Seemed pretty heavy.
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Here we are. The artifact vault. Or one of them, at least.
Looks like it's seen better days.
Repairing reality doesn't leave a lot of time for repairing walls. At least until someone falls through a hole in the floor. Random example. Okay, see those two power crystals? The ones that aren't glowing? There should be a couple of replacements, charged ones in the room. If you grab them, I'll make sure the artifact stays calmed.
Okay, new power crystal is in.
Great. And the artifact didn't collapse the room.
Was that a possibility?
Always is. And there we go.
So it's calmed now.
Should be, and it'll stay that way for a while. And in the meantime, it won't tear open reality. Okay, let's keep going.
Sure. Sounds good. So, it's nice out at least. You know, ignoring that reality itself is paper thin here.
Hard to ignore that.
Right. Found one.
Great. Bring it over here and put it in the socket.
So what did this artifact do? Before it was calmed, I mean.
It would bring flaming rocks down all around it, every 30 minutes. And for some reason, you'd hear chanting while it did it. Not sure what that was about. Okay, reserves replaced, which means there. Everything's looking good. Thank you, by the way, for helping out. You have better things to do, I know.
We're keeping reality intact. That feels pretty important.
Right, good point. Okay, one more to go. Not too far now. Thank you for giving me this chance to help people.
You were already kind of doing that as a Veil jumper.
Sort of, but it was never as big, you know? As grand. Helping you. Well, we're helping lots of people. Everywhere. I like that.
So how do you calm an artifact anyway?
You have to cut it off from its power source, but carefully. Some of them like to try and blow up when you do it. Hey, Rook.
What do you need?
Never mind.
Found the other crystal.
Great, slot it in. There. Done.
You okay?
Oh, I'm fine. Or will be. It takes a lot out of you, all those little magic bits. Not hard, just exhausting. But it needs to be done, and done right.
Yeah, keeping reality from falling apart is important. But other Veil Jumpers can do this. Why not let them?
Because maybe then I can make up for it.
Make up for what?
For not being good enough when it counted. I'm sorry, I can't. Not right now.
Bellara, I'm,
My brother,
What?
back there. You asked me why I did this. Why I put myself out here. For him. For my brother. Wherever he is.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought it up.
It's okay. Well, no, it's not okay. But not because of you. Syrian. That was his name. We were the same, you know? In a lot of ways. We wanted to learn everything. About Elvenon, the magic, the people, all of it. We heard about the Notisterthalin. Figured it had the answers. Or some of them. Then Arlathan started going wrong. I joined the Veil Jumpers to help people. And he kept looking, kept putting himself in danger. It should have been safe. I know, I checked that artifact 3 times. I guess it should have been 4. Artifact started pulsing. He was too close. I couldn't find my way in. They called him a hero. Wanted to make a statue. They thought it would make it all okay.
I'm sorry, doesn't feel like enough.
It's something, even if it doesn't fix it. Syrian, he felt responsible. For our people. For me. My little brother. He thought he needed to take care of me. He called me Vora Shivan. Hummingbird in Elven. Said it was because I could never sit still. But he loved me for it. Said it kept him thinking. Trying to keep up. And he helped me too. He kept me focused, anchored. And now he's gone. Because I wasn't good enough.
It's not your fault. You have to know that.
Then why does it feel like it was?
You lost someone important. Guilt's part of that. But if you don't learn to get past it, you'll drown.
I wish it were that easy. I've tried. Told myself I couldn't have done anything, and my head believes it. But my heart doesn't. So I try to make up for it. Honor him. Learn about our people. Find the truth. Maybe when I do, I'll feel it.
Feel what?
That he forgives me. And that I deserve it. We should head back. Rook. Thank you for being here.
We might be able to restore that bridge.
A useful shortcut if we ever need it.
This is where Taylor was headed. There's blight here. Didn't mention that.
Could be new. Blight spreads fast.
Not good. That relic ended up blighting Oros. Oros. He didn't make it. But it seems he managed to destroy the relic. Taynor and Gus must be out here somewhere. We'll keep looking. Darkspawn. Is that... I think that's Taynor.
No! Damn it!
I'm so sorry. What's that there? By those bushes. Collar. It says... Gus. Wait. The tracker Taynor talked about was a Nug. Oris's companion Nug. Let's get you home, little one.
I hope Taynor is all right. I haven't seen her in days.
We won't have enough bell jumps to handle this. We'll need help.
Agreed. But first, we need to get a handle on what exactly is happening out there.
That's Gus. I wondered where he was. Haven't seen Oros or Taynor in a while either.
I'm sorry. Gus was the only one I could save.
Oh, creators have mercy. Poor Gus. Do you think he understands? I suppose I'll look after him now. Oros wouldn't want him to be lonely. Thank you, Rook.
Trolls have checked in. They found some more relics.
Stock up with whatever you need. I'm always open.
Occupied. The insult of it.
It's more than insulting.
It's so...
I could have daggers in 100 necks by nightfall.
No doubt. But more necks would present themselves tomorrow.
I have other daggers.
Am I interrupting?
Forgive Thea. She gets testy when a contract is delayed.
Neither of you strike me as a bloodthirsty sort.
Our shared enemies deserve our worst.
You want help against the gods. We want Treviso free. We now think they may be the same problem. The occupation has a face. The Antam commander, Keith Lord Butcher Dathrata. But Viago thinks killing him outright is short-sighted.
The Butcher took the city suspiciously fast. Removing him is useless if someone else can repeat that, with the help of gods or something else. Despite it being the outcome, assassination is not about killing, it's about sending a message.
And what message would that be?
The Crows rule Antiva, and Treviso will be free.
Sounds like you think the occupation wasn't just about force.
Cruel as the Butcher is, he didn't break the city with a siege. It was sudden and complete.
Like he had it all mapped. Where to march and what to close off to choke resistance.
He had inside information? Spies?
He had something.
And until we know what it was, killing him isn't the contract.
Butcher Dathrata. What do you know about him?
The Antam army fractured, split among warlords, and he seems to have kept the most traditional discipline. And the rank and file like it. His numbers keep growing, but the Butcher himself is odd.
Odd how?
He gives daily speeches about how the occupation is somehow merciful. And the way he talks, it's familiar. It's like he thinks he belongs here. And I won't have it.
You're in charge. Antiva has a king.
And the power of a king is enforced by armies. Antiva has no army. It has the Crows.
There's a reason Antivan coins have portraits of guild leaders, not royalty. We're patriots. Crows can't field a battalion, but we protect our nation our way.
The gods care about taking Treviso.
The Butcher wants Treviso. The gods may just want the Antam.
But Antam distrust magic and outright fear demons. They should be enemies.
Power can turn anyone against their own interests, their own people.
Helping the crows helps everyone in the long run. What's the first step to your message?
We have a scout named Dareth. He said he was onto something the Butcher was hiding.
He was in the Drown district, so that's a place to start. Find our crow and help with his contract.
Find your crow, then what?
We break this occupation. We craft the message one step at a time.
And when we finally assassinate the person who leashed Treviso, that death will tell everyone. The crows rule Antiva, and Treviso will be free. I've noted the location of Dareth and his cousin, Jacobus, in the Drown district. They're always together. Jacobus will be eager to help. Perhaps too eager for one so young.
Can you blame him? We've all lost too much to this occupation.
Greetings, Rook. I am Air, one who provides training for Antivan crows.
You're not a crow yourself?
Not as such, but we are frequently at their service. That answer suits them, as it should suit you.
You're new as well. I'm Dr. Giles.
Dimitri. Just Dimitri.
Almost there.
You don't have to answer this if you don't want to, Lucanus, but how did the Venatori stick you with spite?
They fed me something. Like he was a parasite in uncooked meat.
You know, I've spent lots of time around demons, but I've never heard of them being used that way.
Zara said she got the idea from some cult in Orlais. They used it on Seekers, who are immune to demons.
A fine evening, is it not, my friends?
Not even an army stops the Treviso market.
So many things you could buy. How do you choose?
Thank you so much. Cafe later? Good night for it.
Just a huge getaway from on-time assholes. Now they're here anyway.
If the Butcher wants Treviso to thrive, he needs to let ships sail freely.
Banjovantam stopped me on my way to work.
There's the place. Keep your eyes open. We may not be the only ones interested.
He was my cousin!
Don't worry. Tear and Viago sent us.
Kill the Cox? Yes! Kill them! Kill the Antar! They killed Darren! They killed my cousin! They're at range! They're weak on the left! Got them! Now's your chance!
That's done. Are you Jacobus?
Please, you have to finish Darrett's contract. It's about the Butcher. My cousin was going to spy on the Butcher. He told me we'd pick up the contract from a dead drop. But then, someone has to finish this for Darrett. Please.
We will take care of it. Go back to the diamond.
I will, just give me a minute.
That note said Dareth should pick up the contract at the usual place across from Tear and Viago. Just follow the marks.
There will be a trail of marks left by previous crows. It will lead us right to it.
I spotted something on the walls. Earlier, I mean.
Let's go look.
Crow mark. Perfectly thrown.
That's got to be Dareth's trail. Keep an eye out. Another mark this way.
As you wish.
Here's another crow mark.
Wow. Even during an occupation, the market is still pretty busy.
I meant to pick up more spices. Another time.
The Venatori were growing demons and people? That's what was happening in the... Ossuary?
Zara was trying to get certain types of demons. Some are harder to summon than others, I guess. They were waiting for Spike to break out of my body like I was a cocoon for a moth.
Our next crow mark.
Please, go on. They were waiting for Spike to break out of my body like I was a cocoon for a moth.
I mean, I'm glad he did.
This is where the marks lead. Dareth's contract must be here somewhere. The butcher is making poison. Comic.
Comic? That stuff gives you nightmares. Chips at your mind.
If I were the butcher, it'd be a good way to keep people in line.
We cannot let the butcher unleash this on Treviso.
He won't. The Antam brought in a comic master to mix the poison. He's at the garrison. We stop him there before this goes any further. on. Grip. Put it down.
Kill the heretics! They crumble! Looks like we're doing this!
End it now.
Get clear!
where it's needed.
The Venatori were growing demons and people? That's what was happening in the...
Take them out, quick!
I forgot what I was going to say. Mierda.
The Venatori were growing demons and people? That's what was happening in the ossuary?
Zara is trying to get certain types of...
We're in. Let's find the coming master.
I command that you fight, but above all else, I command.
Careful ahead.
This place is forbidden!
You cannot forbid the crows! We need to close it.
We respect the fight. I am will made flesh. So much flesh. Finally, the fight the butcher did not come to me. Prove my worth.
I'm here on behalf of the crows. Poisoner.
Poison. You face the gift of the god.
We'll ask questions after it's dead. It's done. The coming master's dead.
Thank goodness. Hate those things.
First things first. Let's destroy the rest of the poison. Then we figure out what was going on here. That's the last of the poison, thankfully. Let's look for anything else that explains what's happening. Wait. This note says that wasn't all the Kamek. The butcher's angry because some went missing.
What? Who stole it?
No idea. But the note does mention the butcher's inside traitor. The occupation had help. Taya and Viago need to know they were right.
Are you out of your minds?
Someone had to act.
They most certainly did not. I told you crows to stay out of this.
Out of what? Defending our home?
If we had a stronger civil government instead of a bunch of circus criminals, the Antam wouldn't have a foothold in the first place.
You're responsible for the city.
This is Governor Evenchi. They have concerns.
My concern is how you've endangered the city.
We're defending Antiva.
These protections are in place for the good of everyone. You act without oversight.
We crows are the oversight.
And yet, here we are, awash in Antam. And now, you've angered the butcher.
There's also the gods.
Excuse me?
They're using the Antam and making them monsters.
And the butcher?
You two are right. He had help taking the city. Human traitors.
I didn't want to believe it. Killing the butcher does nothing if someone could just sell us out again.
I'd start right here. You Talons are known for infighting and betrayal.
You're accusing them. One of their crows died for this contract.
That's enough. Rook, thank you for finishing that contract. The only reward we have is to ask you for more.
We're allies. Of course I'll help.
Evenchi is right about one thing. The butcher will not like that we're fighting back.
We need to be ready. Rook, I will have every crow tracking this traitor and the gods, and we will send word when we find something.
The stakes are too high. This should be left to proper officials.
Go back to filing trade receipts, Evenchi. The crows rule Antiva.
And Treviso will be free. With or without you, Governor.
The fires are lit.
A sharp eye, a quick mind, and luck. That's most of the job.
So, do you think I could become one? An investigator?
It takes a certain amount of focus, too.
Oh, okay, well, maybe not then. I still can't believe it. I'm talking to the Nev Gallus.
And that's sweet, but I don't need the flattery.
Right, just a person I'll try to remember.
Rook, here to join us?
What are you two up to?
We're talking, just two normal people talking about things. You know, very casually.
It turns out Balara knows my work. Or at least the parts that make the papers.
It all sounds so exciting. The things you've done, the people you've helped.
Those are the ones that go well. You don't hear about the rest. Everyone wants a scandal. Or a happy ending.
Or both, like the time you told the Marquis to—
Hold on. I don't think Rook's interested in that story.
Rook's a little interested.
Look, I'd love to, honest. But that story needs the right atmosphere. After dark over bad coffee. Or expensive wine. Take your pick.
Speaking of, what's the situation with cooking exactly? Are we on a rotation or what? I can help out. I'm a pretty good cook, with some things at least. Well, most of the time. Sometimes I get distracted and things burn.
There's no official rotation. Everyone just makes extra food when they get hungry.
Do you mostly cook Dalish foods? I haven't had a chance to try many.
Sometimes. Not a lot of options when you're out in the forest. But I've learned a lot of different cooking styles. And Tivin, Rivani. Oh, I even learned how to make Tevinter Khachapuri.
Wait, real Khachapuri? The hollowed out bread? 3 kinds of cheese? I love Khachapuri. What about you, Rook? What are you craving?
Cheese and bread were the only words I needed to hear.
You have no idea.
It's good, with the right cheese, which can be hard to find out in the forest.
Well, we'll have to see what we can find you. You should have an assistant, someone to make sure it doesn't burn. See if it tastes right, that sort of thing.
Nev Gallus, helping me cook?
Again, the flattery is...
Right, just a person, got it.
Great. Now, let's see what we can scrounge up.